So today we're going to be solving some of Reddit's biggest fights using this game called What Beats Rock. So if you don't know what Beats Rock is, it's this browser game that dropped a few weeks ago. It uses AI and it's basically like rock, paper, scissors, except it never ends. And it's just exploded. It's just had this surge in popularity due in large part to a lot of very charming content creators who have made some really great videos. Sorry, it's something in my throat. But we're not just going to be playing the game. I've played a lot of this game. What we're going to be doing instead is taking a look at Reddit, specifically who would win. And basically the idea of this subreddit is different Redditors come up with different thought experiments regarding hypothetical fights, and then they discuss who would win. Sometimes they really discuss this to death in typical Reddit fashion. They get like really heated about it and they go back and forth for like 1,000 comments, shaking as they type at their keyboard, and their like heart is pounding as they like get into these like insane arguments that don't matter. That's just the Reddit experience though, right? So let's just like get right into this, man. Let's take a look at some of these real quick. So here's an interesting one to start with. And this post has been locked, by the way. Like, you know that it got kind of heated. The Penguins of Madagascar 72 hours in the US military's budget to find bin Laden. All right, so what beats bin Laden? And I'm just gonna type it. The Penguins of Madagascar with 72 hours of preparation time and the budget of the entire US military. Let's just see what happens. Let's see what the game says. Oh my God. Okay, the Penguins of Madagascar with 72 hours of preparation time and the budget of the entire US military beats bin Laden. And we're the first person to ever do it, if you can believe that. Those penguins are sneaky. With that kind of prep time and budget, they could take down a small country, let alone a single terrorist. So, congratulations, penguins. We've got our first fight settled. Okay, this one's this one's kind of this is a little crazy. An army of 50,000 12-year-olds hopped up on Mountain Dew and led by Alexander the Great versus 35,000 average 20-year-old adults high on booger sugar and led by Napoleon. But we'll try it. What beats an army of 50,000 12-year-olds hopped up on Mountain Dew and led by Alexander the Great? Let's see. 35,000 average 20-year-old adults high on booger sugar and led by Napoleon. Let's settle this. Ooh, 35,000 average 20-year-olds adults high on booger sugar led by Napoleon does not beat an army of 50,000 12-year-olds hopped up on Mountain Dew and led by Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was a seasoned military leader, and even high on Mountain Dew, his 12-year-old army would outmaneuver a bunch of coked up 20-somethings no matter how many there are. Okay, all right. Well, the game is spoken. All right, here's an interesting one. Can Batman guide a tortoise across the U.S. during the zombie apocalypse? Let's find out, man. And for this, we'll just say a tortoise who needs to be guided across the United States during a zombie apocalypse. Let's just see what the game has to say. It's really thinking about it. It's really churning this one over. Oh my God, this is the longest it's ever taken. I've used this website a lot. It's never taken this long to like churn out a generation. I know it's not an easy one, but Jesus. Okay. A tortoise who needs to be guided across the United States during a zombie apocalypse beats Batman. Batman might be able to take on the Joker, but a tortoise in a zombie apocalypse needs all the help it can get. It's a logistical nightmare. Which I guess, with the way that we worded this, I guess it means that Batman would not. Like, he would be beaten by the quandary of having to guide a tortoise across the United States. Is quandary the right word? A state of perplexity or uncertainty over what to do in a difficult situation. Yes, it was. So yeah, I don't think that Batman would be able to do it, unfortunately. All right, well, we solved it. Bring on the next contestant, dude. Mike Tyson with the arms of a gorilla versus a gorilla with Mike Tyson's arms. All right, a gorilla with Mike Tyson's arms and send. Ooh, a gorilla with Mike Tyson's arms does not beat Mike Tyson with the arms of a gorilla. You're just rearranging the same parts like a lazy Frankenstein. It's still the same beast. I'm not the lazy one, dude. Blame the Redditor, man. Elsa from Frozen versus Spider-Man from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I've never seen Frozen. All right, I know it's very popular. I know a lot of people really like it, but I've got no idea. This is something that I would have to leave entirely up to the game, so let's plug it in. All right, what beats Spider-Man, MCU, Elsa, Frozen? Let's try it. Holy, what the fuck? Elsa Frozen beats Spider-Man MCU. I did not think that was gonna happen. Elsa's ice powers would give Spider-Man a frostbite, and he'd be too busy shivering to web sling his way out of this one. Is that fucking true? What did Reddit say? I don't know the full extent of her abilities, but if Elsa can build an ice castle in a matter of seconds, she could definitely make some sort of dome to protect her from Spidey. Then it's just a matter of spamming hundreds of ice monsters until one finally gets the upper hand, or she just call in a massive snowstorm to freeze them to death. I really want Spidey to win, but since Elsa effectively has an infinitely reparable ice shield and the ability to create a small army of minions, I have to give it to to her. Okay. I look, I'm like, Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, man, but Jesus Christ, I didn't really ever think about this. Okay, all right. Okay, hey, good for Elsa. Okay, all right. Bring on the next contestant, man. The army of Mordor took a wrong turn and goes up against the Roman Empire at its height. Okay, so what beats the army of Mordor? The Roman Empire at its height. Plug it in. Okay, the Roman Empire at its height beats the army of Mordor. I mean, I don't know shit about history, so I've watched Lord of the Rings, though. I've watched Lord of the Rings. All right, great movies. The Roman Empire at its height would have crushed the army of Mordor like the insignificant orcish rabble they are. That's so fucking rude. Gordon Ramsay can breathe underwater. Can he fix the chum bucket? We're gonna have to get a little bit creative with this one. So what beats Gordon Ramsay with water breathing abilities? Let's just type in the chum bucket's lack of popularity. Let's see. Okay, so the chum bucket's lack of popularity beats Gordon Ramsay with water breathing abilities, which I think means that Gordon Ramsay would not be able to turn it around. Gordon Ramsay's aquatic skills can't save him from the crushing despair of the chum bucket's unpopularity. It's a culinary catastrophe. It sucks. But like, I kind of get it. I don't think that Plankton's the kind of guy that's gonna change just because Gordon Ramsay calls him like a fucking donkey or whatever. He's kind of a dick. Okay. Okay, Napoleon Bonaparte with an army of 1,000, Napoleon Dynamite versus Napoleon Dynamite. Wait, what the fuck am I reading? Napoleon Bonaparte with an army of 1,000 Napoleon Dynamites versus Napoleon Dynamite with an army of 500 Napoleon Bonapartes. Right. Okay. All right, so what beats Napoleon Bonaparte with an army of 1,000 Napoleon Dynamites? Napoleon Dynamite with an army of 500 Napoleon Bonapartes. The name Napoleon, I've thought about it so much in the past 10 seconds, it's lost all meaning. And all I can think of is like, it's such a weird word. As an Italian name, Napoleon might mean from Naples. Okay, well, that actually makes a lot of sense, and now I just feel stupid. Anyway, let's just send it, man. Let's find out who wins. Napoleon Dynamite with an army of 500 Napoleon Bonapartes does not beat Napoleon Bonaparte with an army of 1,000 Napoleon Dynamites. Napoleon Bonaparte was a military genius. Napoleon Dynamite is just a guy who likes tater tots. Okay, I don't know if we should be like diminishing Napoleon Dynamite into just his favorite snack from that one scene from the movie. I think he's a more complex human being than that. He also does that silly dance. It's not just that he likes tater tots, he does that silly dance. Kevin McAllister from Home Alone is now a youngling at the Jedi Temple during Revenge of the Sith. Can he beat Anakin? This is so stupid. Okay, so Anakin Skywalker versus Kevin McAllister, but is a youngling in the Jedi Temple during Revenge of the Sith. Let's plug it in. Okay, well, yeah, Anakin Skywalker does beat Kevin McAllister, but he's a youngling in the Jedi Temple during Revenge of the Sith. Anakin Skywalker, even as a young Padawan, could take down a pesky kid like Kevin McAllister with a single swipe of his lightsaber. There we go. I mean, like, I would love the movie. It would be like the greatest movie of all time. That shit would blow The Shining out of the water. I'm just saying. Oh, dude, here's the Reddit dramas from 5 years ago. Since this has become an MCU sub, let's bring it back to the basics. Which would win, a very large crab or a very small elephant? Plug it in, let's see. Wait, a very small elephant does beat a very large crab. I was just about to say, like, this is kind of stupid. We all know that the crab's gonna win. What the fuck? Even a small elephant can crush a large crab with its trunk. It's all about leverage, folks. That's what the game says. That's what the game says. Filthy Frank is invited to the Eric Andre show. How long until one of them cracks? All right, Eric Andre versus Filthy Frank. Plug it in. Wow, Eric Andre beats Filthy Frank. Eric Andre's chaotic energy would overwhelm Filthy Frank's weirdness. It's a battle of absurdity, and Eric would win. Honestly, I think that might be the case. As much as, I mean, I love both Eric Andre and Filthy Frank. Eric Andre is like a really fucked up dude. I think that Filthy Frank would crack. My dad, 43, versus Pete's dad, 47. All right, what beats my dad? Pete's dad? Let's find out. Let's find out, folks. Here we go. Pete's dad does not beat my dad. My dad is still my dad, no matter who Pete's dad is. Sorry, Pete. Let's go, Dad. Let's go. A man that can shoot apples out of his hands versus a man that can shoot oranges out of his hands. This is actually so stupid that I want to read the post. They can both shoot 3 fruit per second. Battle takes place in a supermarket. No prep. Their moms don't have the same name. Fruits shoot out at 75 to 80 miles per hour. For some reason, I thought the body of this post would be smarter than the title. I was wrong. A man that can shoot apples out of his hands versus a man that can shoot oranges out of his hands. Let's settle this fight once and for all. Here we fucking go. Okay, a man that can shoot oranges out of his hands beats a man that can shoot apples out of his hands Oranges are just apples with a better PR team. What the fuck are you talking about? So this guy's clearly the superior fruit flinger. Everyone in the United States below the age of 18 versus everyone above the age of 65. No firearms allowed, but any other weapon is fine. The battle lasts at least 6 months. Who wins? Find out, man. We're plugging it in. Everyone in the United States over the age of 65 beats everyone in the United States below the age of 18. Experience and wisdom trump youthful energy any day, folks. Hey, shout out to the boomers, man. The boomers got a dub. Master Chief and the Doomslayer must destroy the Death Star. Can they do it? Let's find out. All right, dude, let's find something really good for our very last fight. The Paw Patrol have 10 years to just find Osama bin Laden. Will they do it? Okay. I will beat Osama bin Laden. The Paw Patrol with 10 years of prep time. Let's find out. The Paw Patrol with 10 years of prep time beats Osama bin Laden. A team of highly trained, tech-savvy pups with a decade of prep would outsmart and outmaneuver a terrorist mastermind any day. That is beautiful. A gorilla who thinks he's King Kong versus a crocodile who thinks he's Godzilla. I don't know why it's like making me laugh so hard. I just think it's funny. I don't know. Plug it in, man. The battle of the fucking millennium, dude. Oh my god. Crocodile who thinks he's Godzilla beats gorilla who thinks he's King Kong. A delusional crocodile thinking it's Godzilla is way more intimidating than a delusional gorilla thinking it's King Kong. It's all about the ego, folks. All right, man. Well, I think that settles it. We settled these fights once and for all. They're done. This is canon. All right, and I don't want to hear no more about it. So take it easy and have a good night. See you later.